We're here with Michael Cremo. Will you tell us a little bit about the talk that you've given at the conference?
The talk I've given at the conference was called Forbidden Archeology and the Extraterrestrial Hypothesis. My work is inspired by my studies in the ancient Sanskrit writings of India, which tell us that humans like us have existed on Earth for many millions of years, going all the way back to the very beginnings of the history of life on Earth. The ancient Sanskrit writings also tell us that extraterrestrials were involved in the origin of our species on this planet. I have an expanded conception of what extraterrestrials mean. Some people think that extraterrestrials are just other flesh and blood creatures like ourselves. But I believe the universe is a multi-level universe with more subtle energies at the higher levels, and finally a level of pure consciousness, which is where we're all originally from as conscious beings. I don't think that consciousness is generated by matter. I think that consciousness has its own independent existence. But when a conscious self comes to this level of reality, it requires a vehicle in which to function on this level. Like, as human beings, we're normally meant to live on land. If we enter an alien element, like water, we need a vehicle that allows us to function there, like a submarine or a diving suit. So similarly, as beings of pure consciousness, when we come to the world of matter, we need a vehicle made of matter that will allow us to function here. So there are different kinds of vehicles: human vehicles, animal vehicles, plant vehicles. I believe that all these vehicles were produced by a higher intelligence in the universe at the very beginning of the history of life here. So, in that sense, we're all extraterrestrials, and the bodies that we use to function on this level of reality were produced by higher level extraterrestrial beings, and we're meant to use this human vehicle in order to restore consciousness to its original pure state, the state of pure consciousness.
As far as your research, what do you believe the purpose of our existence on the planet is?
Well, we originally don't belong here. We originally belong on the level of pure consciousness, where all conscious beings exist in loving harmony with each other and with the source of all conscious beings. It's only when a conscious self becomes egotistical and develops a desire to control, dominate, and exploit other conscious beings that it comes to this level of reality to act out those desires. So our purpose here could be twofold. One purpose is to get more and more deeply involved in the domination, control, exploitation of matter and other conscious beings. Another purpose can be to restore consciousness to its original pure state, where we recognize that we are all beings of pure consciousness. We're all coming from the same extraterrestrial source. There's no need to divide ourselves into competing groups to exploit the resources of this earth in competition with each other, which is destroying our planet. It's resulting in huge levels of conflict among individuals, classes, races, nationalities, religions even. If we can come to understand our original position as beings of pure consciousness from a higher level of reality, that is the actual purpose of our existence here.
So it seems like more and more people are sort of opting for maybe the latter, or at least the attendants of the conference seem interested in, the second purpose that you spoke of. Do you think that's true? Do you think humanity's moving towards that?
It all depends on the individuals. The dominant political, cultural and economic and financial structures on this planet are not organized for that purpose. They are trying to keep people absorbed in the mechanisms of domination, control, and exploitation. They would rather see people thinking that the main purpose of human life is to produce and consume more and more material things in competition with each other, because that sense of dividing into groups and competing with each other for the control of material resources on this planet drives the overproduction and overconsumption of material resources to higher and higher levels. And our whole economic and political system depends on that. So I would say it's good that individuals are gathering here to go in a different direction, to understand something of our extraterrestrial origins, to understand that we all are beings of pure consciousness. We all are related to each other. We should be trying to satisfy our material needs in the most simple, natural, and efficient way possible, while putting most of our human energy into developing the resource of consciousness and taking society in such a direction that we are ultimately able to transcend this whole level of reality and go back to our original position on that level of pure consciousness.
So, just real quick, you've written a number of books. What's the latest book that you've written, and a little about that? And where can people get in touch with you if they want to?
People can get in touch with me at my website, mcremo.com, mcremo.com, and there they can learn about all of my books. My most recent book is called My Science, My Religion. And what I mean by that, when I say my religion, I mean the inspiration I've gotten from the ancient Sanskrit writings of India, which tell of a very ancient human presence on this planet. They also tell of how we're all extraterrestrial beings, in the sense that consciousness comes from a higher level of reality. So when I say my religion, that's what I mean. When I say my science, I mean the scientific evidence that is consistent with that view of reality.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for speaking with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here, and nice to be with you and all of your viewers.